Welcome to Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, with your host, Steve Garrett, lifetime member of the National Corvette Museum, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 45 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, and the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them at 833-639-4231. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. And be sure to visit the Corvette Today website. It's CorvetteToday.com. You can access everything there, including the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also join our Corvette Today Facebook group there as well. Also, make sure you sign up for the Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at CorvetteToday.ck.page. Be sure to subscribe to our Corvette Today YouTube channel. See all Corvette Today episodes on YouTube as well. And be sure to patronize our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, MidEngineCorvetteForum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of fellow Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at MidEngineCorvetteForum.com. Soul Performance Products, developed and manufactured in the United States, the Soul Performance Products exhaust portfolio has been tailored to elevate the experience of the world's most exciting sports cars, including the latest generation of the Corvette. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 unique styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvette. It's an amazing value, starting at only $23.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT111 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit Aerolarri.com. Ciocca Corvettes. If you're a Corvette enthusiast, and I know you are since you're listening and watching Corvette Today, then you need to know about Ciocca Corvette. They're based in Atlantic City, where you can find over 100 new and pre-owned vets on the lot and inbound. Ciocca also ships Corvettes all over the country, custom ordered to your specifications. They're staffed with experienced pros who can answer all your questions. So don't compromise. Visit CioccaCorvette.com. That's CIOCCA Corvette.com and find out more. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. E5 Wheels. E5 Wheels is a passionate and dedicated wheel company that serves only Corvette. They make spun-forged wheels for your C8, C7, and C6 Corvette. With the best fitment in the industry, E5 Wheels ensures your wheels complement the aesthetics and functionality while optimizing the performance of your Corvette. Visit E5Wheels.com or call them at 305-964-7429. Let me introduce you to United Restyling, where passion meets precision for your C8 Corvette. They specialize in premium interior and exterior trim products and kits designed to match the color of your Corvette. You'll get perfect fit and effortless installation every time. Check out the full line of Corvette products and kits at UnitedRestyling.com or call 860-718-9955 and use the promo code STEVE10 for a 10% discount on your total purchase. And a shout out to Corvette Forum, welcoming Corvette enthusiasts from around the world. All right, my friend, it's time to bring you the latest Corvette news and headlines with my pal Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger.com. Keith is with me every other week, and we keep you current and up to date on what's happening with America's sports car. Keith, welcome back to the show. This is a big one, buddy. This episode marked the beginning of year number 6 of our news and headlines episodes on Corvette Today.
You know, it just seems like it was half a decade ago that we started this, Steve. So, I mean, the time is really flying.
It really is. And, buddy, we know because we're out in the public. We see everybody at Corvette shows, and we know that they love the news and headline shows. Thank you to everybody that watches or listens our Corvette Today news and headline shows.
Yeah, and we have a lot of fun putting this together. And again, it's beneficial for us as well, as because a lot of times we can write a story and then it's just posted and gone, you know. But this allows us to come back, take a look at it, maybe follow up with any new news on it. We really like these shows, and it's been a pleasure to be part of it, Steve.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you being part of it as well. Let's start off like we always do, Keith. In the news segment, let's get a production update from the Bowling Green Assembly Plant.
Yeah, so the 2026 model year has been underway for about 6 weeks now. So far, we are seeing the Stingray dominate production. 2,590 units so far. Second is the Z06 at 950, while the E-Ray is at 144, and the ZR1 is at 132. Now, we've had actually a few days where they've actually produced more ZR1s than E-Rays, so we're kind of wondering what's going on there, and we've got a little bit more E-Ray news coming up here in fact. But so far for 2026, we have a total of 3,816 Corvettes produced.
Huh, how about that? That's not bad. All right, we're off to a good start, aren't we?
It seems like it, yeah.
Now, here's the head scratcher, Keith. There have been no E-Rays shipped yet in the 2026 model year. What's going on with that?
We have no idea yet. We've called our people. We've been asking around. We actually heard this last week, and it really kind of stopped us in our tracks. So you think about it. There's 4 distinct C8 models being produced, but only one, the Stingray, is currently shipping to dealers. So that means the other 3 are no longer shipping. Of course, we have the Z06 and ZR1 with a stop sale, so they're working on that. But as far as the E-Ray goes, I've confirmed this on the Chevy Live inventory tracker. Actually, it shows now one E-Ray is in transit. Number 104 is headed to a Hendrick dealership in Georgia.
Okay.
But that's it. There's, again, we said there's 144 built. Only one is showing in transit. We don't know why these aren't shipping yet. So we're continuing to dig, and hopefully by the next time we talk, Steve, we'll have some answers for you.
That sounds good. Hopefully in 2 weeks we'll know something, right?
Yeah, or we won't.
Well, in the good news column, the 2026 Build and Buy Configurator is now up and live on the Chevy website.
Yeah, this is hard to place orders without. I had to do it for my 2025 E-Ray back in 2024 because I was among the first. We've just had 4 order cycles for the 2026s, and now it comes online. So again, we're glad it's there. It shows all the latest options, colors, all the pricing details for the 4 current Corvettes offered, Stingray, E-Ray, Z06, and ZR1. Still waiting on ZR1X. Obviously, they're going to wait till later in the year when they release that information. Like everybody, Steve, the Configurator first comes out, I spent about half my day building different models just to check out the new equipment interiors. Actually, there's quite a bit of stuff that we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen that 3-stanchion spoiler for the E-Ray and the Z06.
Right.
We have yet to see the illuminated cross flags front emblem for the cars. And of course, checking out all the different interior color combinations and seeing how they look against the exteriors. That Santorini blue against the blade silver, I think, is a huge winner.
Yeah.
I also love that sky cool gray medium ash with the habanero interior. I think that one is very elegant and very well done. One of the cars we did do a ZR1 that we maxed out with most of the important things. I did nickel and diamond. A lot of times when you're going for that big price, you'd be like, oh, well, I need a car cover and let me add a couple other extra little things here. I didn't do that. I just did kind of like a regular build with a National Corvette Museum R8C delivery.
Yep.
And I came up with $248,000 on that car.
Ooh.
Again, you can really get up there, and it makes you wonder, we've still got that ZR1X coming. So if I did a well done car for a ZR1 for that 248, that means we're probably going to see some ZR1X builds go north of that, probably 260, 275 maybe.
Right.
Whoever thought we'd be selling Corvettes at that price point. I certainly never did.
I didn't either, and I do have a confession to make. Yesterday, I played on there for about 2 or 3 hours, hoping to see a ZR1X price. I didn't do it, but I built a bare bones car, and it was about $210,000, and that was a ZR1. So it comes up there as like a moth to a flame,
We can dream, Steve. We can dream.
Absolutely. Another good thing is the Bowling Green Assembly Plant did announce more weeks of tours coming up soon, didn't they?
Yeah, so again, a rare opportunity to see how America's favorite sports cars are being produced. The cost of the tour is $35 for NCM members, while non-member tours are $50.
Okay.
These tours are going to be run over 2 weeks, September 29th through October 10th. So you want to visit the NCM and get your assembly plant tour tickets if you're going to be in the area or you want to be able to see that. Again, I went through it during the 31st anniversary celebration. They are building a ton of the green cars. I saw 3 ZR1s, 2 of them being on the line, 1 of them being at the end of the line. And again, anytime you can get in the Corvette assembly plant, it's just worth your time and experience. The last 2 tour people that we've had have been very good. It's just really cool to see all these moving parts all come together to build your car at the end. The dates are September 29th through October 10th. Head to the CorvetteMuseum.org website and get your tickets today.
There you go. And also the National Corvette Museum debuted Zora's Stingray during that anniversary celebration. That had to be awesome.
This is pretty cool. And the neat thing is we go to the museum about twice a year, for the bash and then for the anniversary show. Seeing this car in stages, they call it preservation work. It's kind of like restoration without swapping stuff out. You're trying to fix stuff and put it back the way it was. Zora's car was donated to the museum in 1995, and it had like 100,000 miles on it. Again, he drove it everywhere, and he drove it in all kinds of weather. So you can imagine all the times he drove back and forth from probably Detroit down to New Jersey and back to be part of that Malcolm Connor show that he did every summer and stuff, and then just driving to the different places. He put some miles on that car, and of course, over the course of the years, we saw that there were some rust issues, and they actually had fuel line issues, and some of the stuff was rotting out. They've had the car apart, not to restore, but just to fix what they could and what needed to be fixed. It's pretty cool because Zora signed the door jamb on his side, and then his wife Elfie signed her side of the door jamb.
Nice.
There's another signature on the dash, and there's just little things that made this Zora's own car. And he only had one car, he was driving GM cars all the way up until he retired. So this was his first and only owned Corvette Stingray. What they actually did was when they finished it, they revamped the Hall of Fame. And so now the car is really like the focal point. If you're looking down this hallway, the Hall of Fame portraits, there's monitors there that you can pull up and watch the videos and learn more about those individuals. But that car is the focal point now at the very end. And it's back in the Sky Dome where it deserves to be. And it's great to see. And they did a great job on it. Glad it's back.
Fantastic. Well, buddy, it's time for our first break. When we come back, it's Corvette racing and Corvette rumors on deck here on Corvette Today.
Wheelcraft's PVD chrome finish in bright chrome or black chrome is the buzz of the Corvette community. But now, Wheelcraft is proud to announce they can now do custom finishes for your OEM wheels, including the bronze wheel color option. And you still get the Wheelcraft 5-year warranty on all wheels. Wheelcraft offers factory wheel exchanges for C4 through C8 Corvettes, or they can apply the PVD chrome finish to your current wheels. Buying a new Corvette? Wheelcraft will work with your Chevrolet dealership to get your PVD chrome wheels there on time. You can drive away with your new wheels already installed. Doing an R8C delivery at the National Corvette Museum? Wheelcraft has partnered with the NCM Motorsports Park to do wheel exchanges once your R8C delivery is completed. You'll drive home from the NCM with your new Wheelcraft wheels. Plus, you still get free lifetime access to the Wheelcraft pit crew. So visit wheelcraft.com or call them at 833-639-4231. Arrive in style with Wheelcraft.
Hi, I'm Mark Falter, host of the Retirement Income Hour podcast and Corvette enthusiast. I know when I bought my Z06, I was thinking two things. These cars are fabulous, and wow, are they expensive. Owning a Corvette isn't just about driving fast. It's about living life in the fast lane. But are your finances keeping up? On my podcast, I make wealth management as smooth as your Corvette on the open road. Whether it's planning your retirement, building your investments, or how to get enough income from your retirement to pay for your Corvette vision, I got you covered. Search the Retirement Income Hour podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and let's shift your finances into overdrive. I'll see you on the open road financially and literally.
Investment advisory services offered through Mid-American Wealth Advisory Group, an SEC-registered investment advisory firm.
Rev up your ride with the ultimate upgrade. The Radiator Grill Store is your go-to destination for top-notch C8 Corvette Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray accessories. Elevate your style with custom-painted engine bay covers, sleek front splitters, and side skirts that scream sophistication. Keep your C8 protected with premium Radiator Grill screens. Stand out from the crowd at car shows and beyond. Use code CT10 for an exclusive 10% discount off your total purchase at radiatorgrillstore.com. Don't miss out on turning heads. Upgrade your Corvette today.
Hi, this is Kirk Benyon, and you're listening and watching Corvette Today with Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. It's the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Wheelcraft carries all the latest factory wheel designs for the C8 Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray, plus popular wheel designs from previous generations. Now, along with bright chrome and black chrome, Wheelcraft now offers bronze and custom colors at half the cost of OEM. So visit wheelcraft.com today or just give them a call. 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is my buddy Keith Cornett. Every other week, we keep you current and up to date on what's happening with America's sports car with our news and headline shows, and this marks the beginning of year number 6, this show for Corvette Today. In segment number 2, we always cover Corvette racing and Corvette rumors. Keith, let's start with racing. How did Corvette racing do at Circuit of the Americas in Austin?
It was really one to forget about. So let's move on to the next story. But no, we can't do that, obviously. It came down to rain and bad luck for the TF Sport at the Lone Star Le Mans at Circuit of the Americas. The two Corvettes both finished outside the top 10, and as a result, did not get any points for that only stop in America for the World Endurance Championship. The 81 Corvette would finish in 13th place. They lost some time in pit lane. They had to replace a sensor on the Corvette's accident data recorder. They also got stuck for 2 hours behind a safety car in the rain. I mean, it was just a real mess. Meanwhile, the number 33 Corvette, they experienced fuel system and restart issues during their first driver exchange, and then the car would end up being retired with about 2 hours left after rear right suspension issues. Not a good result at all. We've still got our next race coming up. 6 hours of Fuji's coming up in Japan at the end of this month, September 28th. And then for the IMSA racing team, actually, they're heading to the 6-hour Battle of the Bricks this weekend at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That's going to be really exciting to watch there.
Cool. Also at Corvette Racing, they are celebrating 150 wins in motorsports. That's a cool deal.
It really is, and not many racing organizations can claim 150 wins, but that just happened with Corvette Racing. This win comes from their partners at DXDT Racing and their number 77 Corvette Z06 GT3R. This car raced over the weekend at the GT World Challenge America at Barber Motorsports Park and won its class there. So number 150 for Corvettes is, again, since their modern day racing lane, they started with Feehan and all that group back in 99. Just the amount of wins that they've racked up over the years. And of course, everything's kind of changed. We've done different cars, the GT1s and the GT2s. Now we're racing GT3s. A lot of moving parts there over the course of the years, but the team has always adapted and overcome, and we're hoping to see another 150 wins in the future.
Congratulations to Corvette Racing for 150 wins. That's awesome. In the rumors category, this is a bummer. The new electromagnetic roof, which I think is really, really cool, it cannot be retrofitted, can it?
No, and this is kind of one of the surprises for the 2026 model year that no one really saw coming. And I actually asked, no one really said I need for this. But it's this RPO CF8. It's an electrochromic roof panel, and it combines that traditional one-piece removable roof panel with a see-through window in the center. And it's made from electrochromic dimming glass. So at the touch of the button, you have 3 different shades that controls the amount of light into the cockpit. One of the questions about the roof is whether it was something that could be added later. All these roof panels are standard. Could I put it on my car from 2025 or your car from 2023? And the answer is no. And that's because this roof panel has a special wiring harness that's only added on those 2026 Corvettes that are ordered with the CF8 option. So that means you can't order it over the parts and install it later. That's kind of a real bummer, but it's understandable because it is a powered roof. It does have control buttons as well that I believe are outside of the roof itself. We haven't yet to see this, so we haven't played with it, be able to see how it all works. But it looks like if you want this, you have to pay the $3,000 and put it on your factory order. And because of that, we actually think this is going to be a fairly low percentage option. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how many people opt for this.
Yeah, I think it's really, really cool, but I think you're right. It might be a low option item for sure. Buddy, let's take our final break. When we come back, it's the fun side of Corvette, and we've got some fun stories coming up. That's next here on Corvette Today.
Are you ready for a better insurance policy without the Corvette tax? With Agreed Value Protection, the value of your collector vehicle will never change. Plus, you'll save money. Get a quick quote at ncminsurance.com.
The National Corvette Restorer Society is a proud sponsor of Corvette Today. Are you already an NCRS member? If not, you should consider joining, and here's why. The NCRS means community. We're a community of individuals who love the Corvette hobby and enjoy the fellowship that NCRS provides. We have NCRS chapters throughout the U.S. and Canada where members can meet monthly and share in the enjoyment of the Corvette with like-minded people. NCRS means excellence. NCRS trains some of the best and most educated judges and informed owners in the car collector world. NCRS means inclusion. Owners of both classic and new Corvettes are welcome. We offer flight and concourse judging for 53 through 07 model years and sportsman awards for Corvettes ranging from 53 through 2025. NCRS means leadership. With over 10,000 members, NCRS researches, writes, publishes, and distributes tech manuals and judging guides for the 53 through 07 Corvettes. No other Corvette organization does this, and they're available for purchase. Members also receive the bi-monthly and award-winning Restore Magazine and Driveline Magazine throughout the year. We also host an extensive technical discussion board at ncrs.org. Finally, NCRS means value. Many of our prestigious awards can and often do increase the value of the cars that achieve our awards. Whether you own a 53 Corvette or the latest 25 model, the NCRS has a place for you. Check us out at ncrs.org.
When you want to buy a Corvette, or any Chevrolet for that matter, get yours from Hendrick Chevrolet Shawnee Mission, located in Kansas City. Hendrick Chevrolet is the largest Corvette dealership and showroom in the Midwest. With a knowledgeable sales staff and Corvette sales specialists on hand, they'll help you build the Corvette of your dreams, and they ship nationwide. With Corvette certified master mechanics on site and a huge parts department with over 24,000 parts and $2 million in inventory, Hendrick Chevrolet is well equipped to take care of your every need. From sales to service to collision repair, Hendrick Chevrolet has you covered. Visit ChevyUSA.com or call 913-384-1550.
Hey Corvette lovers, this is Brian Sarr from IntelliSense Family Office. You formerly known us as True Wealth and Company. First off, a huge congratulations to Steve Garrett on celebrating 6 amazing years of Corvette Today. We've been proud sponsors every mile of the way. You know the thrill and drive and the pride of ownership, but here's the big question. Do you have the same confidence in managing your wealth? At IntelliSense Family Office, we specialize in helping high net worth individuals like you protect, grow, and enjoy their wealth. Whether you're a successful entrepreneur, a professional athlete, or someone who's worked hard to achieve your financial goals, we've got you covered with personalized expert advice. We understand the unique challenges you face and the dreams you have for the future. From advanced tax planning to succession planning, we provide comprehensive services tailored to your needs. Our goal? To give you peace of mind so you can focus on what you love. Ready to take your financial management to the next level? Visit IntelliSense.com or reach out to us today at 913-653-8783. Let's drive your financial success together. I'm Brian Sarf, and I look forward to helping you live the dream. Save the wave and see you on the road. Investment advisory services offered through IntelliSense Investment Solutions Incorporated, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Hello, everyone. This is Jim Merrow. You're listening and watching the Corvette Today podcast with your host and my friend, Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Wheelcraft carries all the latest factory wheel designs for the C8 Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray, and popular wheel designs from previous generations. Now, along with bright chrome and black chrome, Wheelcraft now offers bronze and custom colors at half the cost of OEM. Visit wheelcraft.com today or give them a call, 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. This is a big episode. This marks the beginning of year number 6 of our news and headline shows here on Corvette Today with my buddy Keith Cornett from CorvetteBlogger.com. Keith, this final segment's going to be fun. It's the fun side of Corvette.
Yep.
First off, we saw another one. The first pre-owned 2025 C8 ZR1 with blue wheels is up for sale.
We've actually seen so many of these flipped. Now we're having to categorize them by high wings or low wings or, what color wheels they are.
Right.
This is, I think, the 6th Corvette ZR1 that we've tracked that's been flipped and is now being offered for sale. One dealer in New York named Status Auto Group, they've had 4 of them. That's where you'll find this one. It's an Arctic White Corvette ZR1 Coupe. It does not have the high wing or ZTK, and it's the first one that we've seen for sale with the blue forged wheels. The VIN number is number 63, and listen to this, Steve. It's being sold for $420,000.
What?
I just checked, and it's still available for you.
Just surprise, surprise, right?
Yeah. I believe this was another car that was purchased off of Manheim, the dealer-only auction. And if I recall, I think the price was somewhere around the $350,000, $355,000 mark. They're marking it up another $70,000, $80,000 here at the $420,000. The first one they sold for $450,000. And then their other cars they've been listing around that $420,000 mark or so, I think. They obviously know the market. It'll be interesting to see if this one flips. Of course, as of last Friday, there was one up on Bring a Trailer as well. We don't have that price yet, but I know that's one that we're going to be watching to see as well and see what that one sold for.
Yeah, report back to us and see what those prices are, because that's outrageous. Oh, my God.
They're pretty crazy. But, think about it. There's only 110 or so, minus a couple that were stolen from the plant back in the day. They haven't released any new ones yet, even though they built 130 of those cars because of the stop sale order. These cars are in demand.
Yeah. And if you got $450,000, write a check. Thank you very much.
There you go.
This story is really cool, Keith. Keith. Shaquille O'Neal took delivery of a C8 Corvette. It was stretched about 20 inches. He fit right in. It was awesome.
Well, you'd have to stretch it because he's 7'1" and weighs like 325 pounds.
Right.
I still think he looks like a big man driving a kid's Power Wheels car. His hands on the little steering wheel, I mean, it looks like a toy.
Yeah.
When you've got Shaq money, you know, you can do what you want. He went to this company called Effortless Motors. They delivered this Corvette Z06 that was stretched, like you said, about 20 inches or so. This is kind of a crazy story. They apparently had promised him, oh, yeah, we can do it about 2 to 3 weeks. And it took him 6 months. And, you know, the big man wasn't all real happy about the delay. Eventually, he did see those frowns and groans turn to smiles as he was driving that car. It's big man money, and you're seeing something crazy with it. We still don't quite know how they did it, but they're still having issues with it. As they were doing the deliveries, they found that both the doors had cracked windows, so they were actually having to remanufacture their own windows to fit in those extended door panels, we believe.
Yeah.
We've been looking around trying to figure out exactly how they did it. So far, there's no behind-the-scenes kind of stuff.
Yeah, I hope they make a video of that and show us how they stretch out that C06. That'd be cool. Also, this is pretty cool, Keith. We had a video of a ZR1 on the tail of the Dragon, which I thought was great. I've not driven the tail of the Dragon yet. That's a bucket list thing for me.
It'd be pretty cool. So this actually comes from a newer YouTube channel called Chasing Curves. Like, I think they only had like 600 or 700 subscribers. I hit subscribe as soon as I saw this video. This ZR1, I think it's owned by Atlanta Custom Wraps. It's got a camo on it. They did this back in the C8 Stingray day. They did the same kind of camo wrap on it. We had other people chiming in, oh, that's from Atlanta Custom Wraps. But it's basically just the cinematic video of the car driving on the tail of the Dragon. I think there's, 318 turns over a course of 11 miles, 12 miles or so. Just really well done. So if you want to see a ZR1 on the tail of the Dragon, great video. We suggest watching that one.
So if you can't buy one for $450,000, just watch this video. That'll suffice.
The videos are free, Steve.
This is also a really cool story. We had 2 ladies doing a road trip in a 68 Stingray convertible. That was so fun to watch.
It was, because it's different, because it's not the regular kind of YouTubers that we're used to seeing offering up car reviews. They're 2 ladies. One of them's very pregnant. They take this road trip in a classic yellow 1968 Corvette. It looked like they were having fun. You know, they were saying some stuff. Of course, riding in the car is rough. It's not a modern day riding car. It was fun to watch their reactions, and their comments were both funny and informative. So again, go check out that 1968 Corvette video with the 2 ladies.
It was fun. It really was. And this is neat too. A Mustang GTD owner drives a C8 ZR1, and he was hooked. I think he was ready to sell his GTD and get a ZR1.
You know, that's where it's like, why can't you have both? And this is actually my favorite video of the week. I know we've gone after the Mustang GTDs, especially around the Nürburgring stuff. I actually haven't looked too much into the car. I haven't really watched a lot of videos on that. That's kind of me. I just focus on my Corvette addiction, and that's enough. But this was really interesting because it really was, for me, one of the first drives I saw in a Mustang GTD. The technology in the car is really crazy. They were talking about for the different modes, like they were driving in comfort mode. We have tour mode. But if you wanted to put it in like the track mode, you actually had to do that from being parked, because like the car will automatically lower itself like over an inch, and it gets the suspension all set up for being in track mode and stuff like that. And then of course the sound, you know, that pure V8 American sound that we all grew up with. Of course our Corvettes all sounded like that up until just a few years ago. So it was very impressive to see that car. And then when the Mustang owner got to be in the ZR1, that was really illustrative as well. One of the main comments he made, of course, he liked the sound of the ZR1, very exotic sounding, very Ferrari, Lamborghini-ish. But he made the comment that, you know, the GTD is a purpose-built race car for the street. He said the ZR1 feels, quote, more race car just based on that visceral driving experience, the vibrations from the engine, and again, the sound. Both drivers talked about how great it was that both Ford and Chevrolet are giving customers these kinds of cars. So in the end, it's the customers who are the real winners here. We've heard that there's actually going to be a part 2 of this video with the Mustang and 2 ZR1s driving the tail of the Dragon. So look for that coming up as well. But this was my favorite video of our last couple of weeks. I would definitely go take a look at that one.
Yeah, we've got a lot of videos for all of our friends that listen and watch Corvette Today to go check out. That's for sure. Our final story, Keith, and this is really heartwarming. A hospice patient gets his final wish to get a hot lap in a Corvette in the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah, this is a 64-year-old hospice patient, Doug Smith, grew up in the shadow of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He's battling prostate and lung cancer, and his one final wish was just to go fast around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. His plea was kind of heard on a television station up there in Indy, and IMS President Doug Bowles heard about it, and he made it all happen. And he actually personally drove the cancer patient at 115 miles an hour in a Corvette E-Ray pace car around the historic track. Doug was holding a sign that said, "Live life like it's your last lap." He also got to kiss the bricks at the starting line as well. Very poignant video. Nice that they were able to make this happen for him, and good to see the E-Ray being part of it.
Fantastic. Well, buddy, that's it. The beginning of our 6th year of the News and Headlines show here on Corvette Today. Keith, thanks for being here. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Steve, thank you so much. I didn't mention this last time. Steve gave me a gift of carbon fiber when we last hooked up at Carlisle. I never got to thank you on the last show. So he got me a carbon fiber key fob holder. It looks just beautiful on there. So again, I want to say thank you for that, Steve. Again, thank you for the opportunity to be part of this. 6 years is just an amazing thing. I love doing these, and I love talking to people who rely on this for news. It's been a lot of fun, Steve.
Thank you, buddy. Send me a picture of the key fob. I want to see that.
All right, we'll do. It's coming up.
Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today. And be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today show. And thanks to our sponsors, Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com to learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-639-4231. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Ciocca Corvette at CIOCCA-Corvette.com. E5 Wheels at E5Wheels.com. IntelliSense at IntelliSense.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels. Get $100 off your purchase with the promo code CT111 at Aerolarri.com. Mark Falter with the Retirement Income Hour podcast. And Hendrick Chevrolet in Kansas City at ChevyUSA.com.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. If you'd like to contact Steve with ideas for Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Also, sign up for email notifications at corvettetoday.ck.page. Follow Steve and the show on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Threads at Steve Garrett DJ. Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today.